What is going on, YouTube? It is Mr. Game & Squatch here with the King of Games 98.
What's up?
Yeah.
No, it's just my finger.
Trust me, there's more to them than that.
Yep.
So, and here we are doing a little review of this awesome little multi-cart that I got on eBay for roughly about $10 as it's having a seizure in front of the camera.
A bloop.
And it's made for the Game Boy Advance, but as you can see on the cover there's a few games that don't really exist. They're kind of like, you know, homebrew, remake, whatever the hell you want to call it, light platinum and crystal for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, so that's the fun of it. But the thing that says no repeat on the side and on the back, that's bullcrap, because we went through all 369 games in one cartridge, and no, it in fact does repeat.
Oh, multiple times.
Oh yeah, there's at least 4 different Powerpuff Girls, the same game, 4 Powerpuff Girls.
Yep.
At least the 3 Rockman games and 3 Megaman games, which are the exact same game,
just Japanese U.S. versions.
Exactly.
I want to say Iron Tank.
There was an Iron Tank at least 2 or 3 times
listed,
in there. Yes.
Well, a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah. But
So,
that's besides the point.
Yeah.
So obviously nothing's perfect, but for $10, you can't go wrong with this thing. Even though it is in this wonderful little red cartridge, I ended up putting that in myself because it originally does come with a nice blue cartridge, which would be great for if you had yourself a really bad looking, Ruby, Pokemon Ruby, to use as a reproduction cartridge.
It's funny, I forgot to mention this, but this plastic case that this came in, and I know it's kind of very flimsy, light, and cheesy looking, but it actually reminds me of the Neo Geo shock boxes that the AES cartridges came in, because, for those of you who don't know, the Neo Geo AES game cartridges were like freaking huge.
Yeah.
And they were so big, this is just, regular gold fingers on a Game Boy Advance cartridge. Well, they had 2 sets of gold fingers.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's how freaking big we're talking these cartridges were. And they came in these really big, not even plastic. They were legitimately like a case, and it was like Neo Geo called it a shock box case, which that was just what they called it. But it's funny because that's just really what it reminded me of. That is besides the point. So we're gonna pop this thing in.
Yep. But the thing is, though, with this, like I said, I paid $10 for this cartridge, and it came with the case. I'll leave a link in the description of the different, results that pop up when you type in 369 multi-cart. And yeah, we'll zoom out a little bit there, make it easier for the guys to see. Already, as you can see, the first 5 games on there already paid for itself.
Boom.
With Fire Red,
Boom.
Emerald,
Boom.
Leaf Green, Ruby,
Boom.
Sapphire,
Boom.
and then Super Mario Advance, Super Mario Advance 2, Super Mario Advance 3, Yoshi, and all that
Mario Kart Advance, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
All these games that you're reading and listing off and all that exactly has already paid for it in itself, even though, like I said, there's no save battery in the cartridge, so there's no time tracking with the normal Pokemon games and stuff like that. But it does still save, even though the one, I think Super Mario 3, when it pops up, will immediately say save data corrupted, but it'll say all this stuff that's like, okay, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. You start up the game, your save file's still there. I don't know why. But you know what? All it is ROMs on ROMs on ROMs on ROMs.
I love how it says no repeat.
Yeah, right? It's even lying to itself as you're sitting there reading the multiple games. Okay,
so...
But there are a lot of different games. It's not just Game Boy Advance games.
We're going to state this now. We're not going through all 369
No,
games.
there is no time in the freaking day to be able to show that video.
Although, for the record, I feel like this bootlegged multi-cart would make good use of multiple Let's Plays.
Definitely. Multiple Let's Plays, or just in general, if you're in the store and you see a game you wanted, and you go home, you're thinking about it, and you try it out on your game, It is a great tool for testing out games to see how well you will like them or not.
Okay, so...
Or better yet, it just cuts out the middleman of you even having to buy it and you're just playing it.
Yes, okay. So the first game that I am choosing to show gameplay on Tyler's channel, because I am aware this is his channel, not mine, but...
It's okay, buddy.
Since he wanted me to do this because
He's a lot more knowledgeable about this than I am.
Yeah.
I'm gingerly stroking his hair.
I was really genuinely curious to go through and look at the games on this, and I gotta tell you, I was kind of surprised with some of the games on here. So
like I said, it's not all advanced games.
No.
There's some NES games, Famicom games, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo. There's a lot of different games on here.
TurboGrafx?
And TurboGrafx, yes.
Even a Neo Geo game.
Yep, because Bonk was one of them, wasn't it? TurboGrafx?
Yes. Okay, so we're going to start off with what they call the Super Shinobi. What is it really, though? It is none other than the Revenge of Shinobi. And for those who don't know, I'm a huge Sega fan. One of my favorite Sega franchises is Shinobi. So I should know this.
I mean, it's not bad for what it is, even though it's a lie in the titling.
Yeah.
It's still a good game to play.
Oh, absolutely.
Just looking at the gameplay,
I mean,
it's
if you like what you're seeing right now, this is side-scrolling ninja action at its best.
Exactly.
Okay, I would rank Revenge of Shinobi and Shinobi 3 Return of the Ninja Masters, I believe the name was. Those are like right up there, for at least me anyway, my favorite Shinobi games. And I rank them very highly. And I would recommend, you know, if you never played a Shinobi game, definitely start with either Revenge or Shinobi 3. And I'm sure some of you are probably going, why would you start with Shinobi 3? Well, it's that damn good. Okay?
Exactly.
So, there you go. Some gameplay.
But yes, but that's, you know, like I said, sum it up. The Game Boy Advance SP and having the multi-cart for said Game Boy Advance or SP or whatever, even if, say for me, my custom Game Boy Advance SP, that's why I put it in the red shell as well, it goes perfectly well with it, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's exactly what most of these multi-carts are for. They're going to be staying in the game system that you choose, just so that it's easier instead of switching out the game cartridges so many times.
I guess in a way it's just more of a convenience.
It really is.
You know?
Especially since you're saving, you know, 50 or 60 bucks a pop just with Pokemon games alone.
Exactly. Okay, so since Tyler and I did mention it before, there's a Bonk game. Whoops, I just went past it. Why'd I do that? Okay, I'm going to bring it up. Now, it is the Japanese version, but it's still Bonk nonetheless.
And still in English as well, kind of.
You know what? Yeah, part
Just
of it.
a push start button.
Part of it is in English, actually. That's pretty.
Except for that part. Where
That's pretty freaking funny. Yeah. So I'm not sure. Okay, from what I know, because I own an original TurboGrafx 16, I know some about the TurboGrafx, and you know, Turbo Express, Turbo Duo, TurboGrafx CD. I know Bonk started out on TurboGrafx. For a little while, he was NEC's mascot. You know, Sega had Sonic, Nintendo had Mario.
Before Dragon Ball came out with Krillin and stole his whole look.
Exactly.
He really does.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't tell me he doesn't look like freaking Krillin. Especially being dead right now. But, yeah.
Yeah, really.
But it's, like I said, for a multi-cart, it has some surprising titles in it.
Yeah, and okay, I just straight up died.
Between original Nintendo games, different Super Nintendo and Advance, and even, like you said, a freaking TurboGrafx.
Now, I'm not 100% sure that is the TurboGrafx port of a Bonk game, because it does say in the name on here FC, so that might be for Famicom. I do know that there. Oh, why did I start the Bonk game again? Oh, my bad. I do know that Bonk was ported to the NES, so I mean, if this is the Famicom version, it would make sense because it was in Japanese. But still, it's very cool.
Interesting game for sure.
We got. Okay, so. Earlier, I mentioned briefly about how the case reminded me of the Neo Geo AES shock boxes. Well, there is a Neo Geo game on here, and that is Garu Densetsu Special, which, if you're a fan of SNK or you're a fan of Neo Geo, you'll know Garu Densetsu is Fatal Fury. So this happens to be Fatal Fury Special. Yeah. They ported Fatal Fury Special to this and fitted it on a GBA cartridge. Was it a good idea? Was it a bad idea? Well, I'm going to show you. Because if you ask me, no.
Because no.
If you're going to compare...
Especially since the freaking sprite was glitched as hell. You couldn't even tell that was Terry Bogard.
No, you couldn't. But I am. Because he's my main. Whether it's Fatal Fury or King of Fighters, it's always Terry Bogard. Yeah, this is not good.
No, I don't even like it. I don't even play this game. So.
No. Like, is this better than on the Neo Geo? God, no. Of course not.
Absolutely.
You're comparing the game on original hardware to port it to GBA, and not even legally.
Probably not legally. The only thing good about it is the fact that it's portable now.
Well, yeah. And still, you could just buy a Neo Geo Pocket Color. Because there was Fatal Fury First Contact and King of Fighters Round 2 on it. And they're actually really fun to play, even on a handheld. Of course, the sprites and characters look cartoony, but I like it. I think it works. Yeah, this is really... It's playable, but it's not good to me.
No.
I would equate this to Mortal Kombat on the original Game Boy, which I had and got rid of really fast because it was bad.
Boof. Big oof.
Okay, so that was Fatal Fury Special.
Yeah, but I think to be able to just make a long story short, for what this thing is, you know, as far as with all the games and especially the different types of games as far as Famicom and all that.
Oh,
as well,
there's a wide variety of games on
You're
this.
definitely getting your money's worth for it.
You're getting your bang for your buck for sure.
Absolutely, because I mean it makes for a great time by itself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know,
So,
I mean, who doesn't want a Card Warriors? You know,
Right.
Rambo Commando.
Yeah, right.
You know, but no. In all seriousness, no, there are good games on this. You know.
There are some that are absolute trash and we'll
Yeah.
probably never touch, but...
No, like
that's, you know,
Vietnam War.
Yeah, well, even that is actually, if you press on that, it turns into Last Starfighter.
Yes, that's right. That's right. It did, didn't
lies
it?
to you about
Yes,
that.
yes, it did. Yeah. Don't trust the names. They're very.
Yeah, once you start getting used to what the actual names are, then you can kind of start to enjoy it.
Is this actually Ghosts and Goblins?
I have no idea what that is.
Wow. Yes, this is.
Okay.
That really is Japanese Ghosts and Goblins. Huh. They couldn't get the U.S. version, so they got it in Japanese.
Hey, at least I got it all wrong.
Oh God, why is the music slower?
You know, I noticed that on some of the Mario games, it actually slows down.
Oh, that's bad.
It slows down the play and also slows down the music, and it's like next level freaking nightmare fuel.
Oh, that is bad. Oh, yeah.
That is nightmare
Yeah,
fuel.
we don't want to hear any more of that.
No.
Wow, that was, I think, the worst version of Ghosts and Goblins I think I've ever played.
So at least it's there. But
I mean,
you don't want it to be
yeah,
there anymore.
I mean, it's there. It's just really slow, and the music sounds like shit.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna wrap it up for this video, showing that, you know, we've shown you different videos of games and made you a little more knowledgeable about this. To me, I think it's absolutely worth like 9 or 10 or whatever you pay in shipping.
Yeah.
Depending on where you get it from, especially with the box. Because I mean, come on, why not have the box with it?
Yeah.
Some people pay $12 just for the cart alone.
Yeah.
So for what it is, I would definitely.
Oh my God, this is Mighty Final Fight?
Wow.
It came up as Street Fighter.
Huh. Well, I've seen Mighty Final Fight come up on the list as well.
This is about a $400 to $500 NES game.
Well, damn, we just made our money back and then some.
Yeah.
So I think my final thoughts and opinions of this is definitely going to be a solid 9 out of 10. Just for that losing that 1 point on the fact that it has repeating games and says no repeating games. That's bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, yeah, definitely solid 9 out of 10. What would you rate that there, Brendan?
You know, Oh my god, this is glitched.
Yo, that looks horrible.
Wow, why
They
did
made a $400 or $500 game into a 3-cent game.
why did they have to ruin Mighty Final Fight?
They didn't even. Oh my god!
This
Not even
is-
the ROM is worth
This
freaking
is
making it on the
this
cart.
is god awful.
All right, well I just dropped it down to an 8.9 because of this. My final thing is 8.9. What about you, Brendan? About the entire multi-cart overall, apart from this god awful nightmare fuel we're gonna.
I don't like how that music sounded.
No.
Okay. I would give it a solid 8.
Just yeah, I
Solid
think
8.
Solid 8. I would say 8.5 because I love it, just for what it is. But then again, all I'm really gonna play is for the friggin' Mario and Pokemon games. Honestly.
I would say, Tyler, you did a good buy in spending only $10 on it.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose at $10. You definitely got your money's worth out of it and then some.
Yeah.
There is a lot of great variety of games on this bootleg multi-cart, whether they're actual Game Boy games or NES games, Famicom games, Super Nintendo, Super Famicom games, and whether they're in English or Japanese, that doesn't really matter.
It's still fun.
As long as you're actually able to play the game, I think that's great. And most importantly, he got games on this bootleg multi-cart that weren't even released in the US. That
Exactly.
I find fascinating and awesome as hell.
I mean, it's easy
So-
enough to program a ROM, but it's still the fact that you didn't have to do that as well.
Exactly, and you got that included for $10. I just think you made a great buy, and you're not going to lose or regret buying that. And yeah, I mean, of course, it seemed like, as you saw in Mighty Final Fight, they fucked that game up, which is a crime.
Yeah.
But
you know what? For
You know what?
ROMs, for what you're paying for it, you can't really expect very much.
no. So yeah, I'm going to be at a solid 8.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this video. I say 8.5. He says 8. We'll just average that at 8.2. Let's just call it that.
That's fine.
So, good 8.2 out of 10 for this. I would definitely recommend getting it yourself because it's a good passing of time.
I would too, especially for especially for the fact that Tyler made earlier. It's more convenient to have on the go.
Absolutely.
You don't have to change out cartridges, even though, I know some people are going to be like, oh, how lazy are you? Well, you have to carry them, and,
Instead of carrying 30 or 40 games, you're carrying 300-something games in one.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about dropping and losing them.
It's more about convenience.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you can. Subscribe. I would absolutely love it, especially if you checked out his channel as well.
I am the King of Games 98. If you enjoyed hearing me ramble on about video games and or Neo Geo and other obscure stuff, TurboGrafx,
You will absolutely love his channel.
I would appreciate you checking out my channel. I'm sure he will leave a link in the video or somewhere. So
Yep.
please do check out my channel. I really appreciate it.
Yep. You guys stay happy, stay healthy, and game on, everybody.